we go. Recording in progress.
Yeah.
Hi guys. I'm
Hey, guys.
Patrick.
I'm James.
And this is Two Guys with One Cup.
And with our special guest,
Collin King.
the Vermont heavyweight shield holder.
Yes, he is.
So that would indicate that he is the #1 shield holder, or the #1 guy in Vermont.
Yep. Open
Weight class.
champion. So,
And I heard the last guy he just beat was really fucking good.
yeah, he was
Probably
nasty.
the best in the state.
Number 2.
Besides him.
I mean, he's number 2.
Right. But anyways, dude, enough about that. How's it going?
Going good.
You feeling strong?
Feeling pretty strong. I'm down. Biggest thing is my weight is way down. I'm down 61 pounds from where I was in September. So I'm down to 223. Eventually I'm going to try to be around 198, maybe if I'm just at 205 walking around somewhere around there, but I still have I can tell I still have a lot to lose. Like, I'm not going to be a twig. So
yeah,
I've been in a calorie deficit since September, basically. So I can tell I'm not as strong as I was at my peak, obviously, but once I get situated at whatever weight I'm going to be at, I don't think I'll be just as strong as I was, and then eventually strong.
You're gonna come back up, and I would hope you come back up in food for the match.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hope you come out of that deficit.
The thing I did when I pulled James was, for like 3 weeks before that, I kind of stopped my diet.
Yep.
And which helps, but also then I'm a month behind of where I wanted to be on losing weight, which is like the most important thing for me right now. So
yep,
obviously like the day of or the day before, I'll fuel up, but I'm gonna stay on my diet because I want to get to the 198s eventually, because I think just for the long term, that's better for everything.
I mean, there's nothing wrong if you keep it clean and just come up like 500 calories at a time. If you're counting, you should be able to get to a maintenance, and that way you're not overeating and then going back up. Like, you just gotta kind of play with it a little bit. I count every single calorie. I'm very particular with it, so I'm very anal about it.
It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I eat 3,240 calories a day, every day.
How many grams of protein would that be?
190
per minute.
It's very specific, and you gotta. I mean, if you weigh everything out, you can really, and all you have to do is like fluctuate a little bit, just try to eat the same thing every day. But I mean, you looked in Bill's last practice video. I said it to James. I'm like, dude, Collin was way smaller. I was like, I could see I could see that
compliment, or are you degrading that?
I could see that, like, your stomach, your arms, your shoulder, everything was becoming more defined, and it was more, instead of looking round, you were starting to look, like you had muscle and tricep definition and stuff. So you look good.
Thank you. Yeah.
It sucks coming down. I came down from 242, and it sucked to get there, but did it.
This time is like the first on a diet where I've done it long term, so I'm kind of getting used to it. But also, it's going to be nice to pull guys that are my own size. Yeah, because I was fat, but I'm not really a big guy. I was just fat.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing of, like, not even you, but everyone I talk to that like is the super heavyweight. I'm like, yeah, I'm not really a super heavyweight. They're like, I'm not either. I'm just fat. And I'm like,
not really.
But I think there's a difference too. Like he's saying, like, you look at Eric Preston. Imagine Eric Preston's frame at 198.
Well, yeah, he could.
He's too fucking big, dude. He looked like he just came out of the Holocaust.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just saying, if he weighed 198, and I'm not cajoling in the hall.
Me and Carson we compare hand sizes and our forearm lengths and everything and our height. I think he might even be a little taller than me now, but we're basically the same frame size, and he's like right now he's a little heavier, he's like 190 something, but same frame. I'm just more chunky. But so
you guys compare all the sizes?
Not all of them.
Suck. Okay. I never sure if Colin's like, that's right, bitch. I'm the big brother.
I think you're talking about, yeah, hand and arm.
Yeah.
So-
But I mean, look, the guy who's pulling in a couple weeks, that's a super heavyweight guy.
That's a super heavyweight, no doubt.
Let's get into this, right? So, are you still feeling strong, cutting weight, or losing the weight, or?
I think I'm feeling pretty good for cutting weight. Yeah, if anything, my left hand. Well, actually, I don't know if my left hand's taking it worse or I just don't pull as much with my left. Like I notice that I've been at practice. I notice I pull my left's not even sore because I pull a couple times with my left. Most of it's with my right. That's because who likes pulling left-handed? But I mean,
I do. I started because my left
so it's
just so much better.
More.
Yeah.
But my left's never been.
Have you been doing any different training for? Well, we even brought up your opponent, Austin Dolan, which is like a real cornbred, Miracle Grow fed farm boy.
Yeah, he's got the strength is at a 10. That's his biggest strength is just his power, I think.
Wait, so do you actually think Ozzy's strong, or do you think he's fast and a big dude? Or do you think like if he slow pulled, he's actually got real strength?
Well, I think he's definitely got strength. The problem is how he applies it. But I mean, I haven't pulled him in like 2 years. I pulled him in that tournament, and then which was only left, and then like a couple weeks before that, we pulled out of practice. That's the only information I have on him. But he does have speed, and it's just his arm is long, and I do think he has strength, but it's not like he's got raw strength. It's not arm wrestling strength, but it's still a lot to deal with. But
it's kind of like my opponent.
Yeah.
We're like pulling the same guy at different weights.
Like if those guys really dialed it in and learned arm wrestling like to a T.
Yep.
I mean, we've been saying this and preaching to the choir forever now. It's like, dude, there are monsters in Vermont that I think could be national world level if they put the time and dedication in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're just lazy.
Well, who says we aren't going to be there at some point?
Right, but we're not giant, super heavyweight Vermont cornbread. Dude, when you're 6'7", over 300 pounds, and you're built like a brick shit house, like there's no denying it. I'm a tall dude.
Wait, Ozzy's 6'7"?
When I gotta go like, dude, yeah,
I thought it was like 6'4".
nah, maybe 6'5", maybe exaggerating. But when he makes me look little, and I'm a fairly tall dude, and with work boots on, so I got my shit kickers on, that adds an inch or two. I never heard anyone complain about an inch, 2 or more. So that's a big dude.
That's a big dude.
So
yeah, it's just I guess for you, it's taking his lanes away because you've definitely gotten better. There's not a question about
yeah, let's ask you. What are your plans with this match?
Well, I mean,
I don't.
Can you counter it?
I'm not really hiding anything. Basically, I don't have a ton of information. I'm just going off of
2 years ago.
6 rounds each arm. I feel I'm the better technical puller, and I have the better endurance just because I arm wrestle more. So my plan is, if I can't just overpower him, it's a 6-round super match. He doesn't pull very often. Hopefully it'll go my way in endurance at least.
Right. I'm thinking I see you slipping under, getting him in the strap, and then pulling him back.
That's
what I thought.
Yeah, that's what happened left-handed when I pulled him at Oil. I managed to slip, and then in the strap I hit, and then went into a kind of press holding him.
Right.
And I hit him for a while till he elbow fouled. And then even after that was like a 10-second, 12-second match, he was so fatigued I could flash pit him after that on the restart.
I think that was more intense because that was like the most exciting thing that we saw that day. So I
never, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say I didn't respect you, but I didn't think much of you. I didn't know you, but I knew Ozzy, and I never really saw many people beat Ozzy besides Bill Sinks, Sean Weber. You know what I mean? Talking about the next level arm wrestlers. So when I watched you catch him and hold it in the center, I went, oh shit, like this kid can actually pull.
Yeah.
And that's when you caught my eye. But yeah, like he said. But so I've been talking a lot to a lot of people. Joe Fitzsimmons thinks you're gonna get smoked. He thinks that Ozzy's gonna have way too much. Everything. He's just gonna overwhelm and swallow you. And which I told Joe, I'm not sure. Going off my assumptions of what I think of this match is you are way more technical. I think you have the endurance. And I think as long as you're not in your own head and you're smart and you're really fucking with him to set up and getting him frustrated, you're going to do wicked against him.
Yeah.
But first round, I think, is more his advantage. But like you said, the deeper in the rounds, we know he doesn't train, right?
Yeah.
We talked to everybody. He might be pulling with some guys that he knows, but like you got to pull with guys that know how to arm wrestle, know how to put you in weird spots, and can show you better lanes for yourself.
Yeah.
So I think the first 2 rounds, depending on if he's smart, he uses his height and he's able to get up over your hand with a wicked hit. I think he can get you. But even if he's got the strength and the overall control and height, I don't know if he's got the endurance to do it 6 times. And people don't understand that. A minute, right, is not that long when you're in the middle of that room in front of everybody. And especially if one dude's on the stage already talking shit. Or, like, that first round, dude, if you get flash pinned and some guy's talking shit, you got to make sure you're not, like,
Get in the zone.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I'm super ecstatic to see this match. But I just think it's crazy, and no disrespect to Ozzy, to win this unless he's been training, unless he's doing some behind the closed doors training that we don't know about. Then again, I'll be wicked pumped because that means, boom, we got a guy that's taking it serious, and then we got a real monster in Vermont again.
Yeah. If he's training, I mean, he's basically, yeah, no training, and he's already at the top of Vermont, basically. And so if he trained consistently, yeah, he'd be crazy. So that's what I think that's what I have over him is the consistency in training. And just, I mean, he's been doing it longer than me, but I'm pretty sure I have more experience just off the sheer.
And the guys that you're around, like you have so many people.
You got a top 15 puller in your team. You got 2 because you got
Garrett.
You got Garrett. You got again. They might be littler guys, but you know what I mean. It shows you like what kind of team you guys already have.
Yeah.
You got Bill, world champ, fucking wicked. He's got a super match coming up. I want to get so much, but let's just keep it about you for now. And in the end, we'll teeter off. So, what are your predictions? Do you think it's a 6-0 sweep? Both irons? What do you think?
Left, I think I'll have to burn him out. So I don't think it's going to be 6-0 left. I really don't know. I'm hoping at least I can burn him out before 4. Ideally 1 round and then he's tired, but we'll see. I really don't know what to expect left-handed because my left's not the same as my right. Right, I think I'll do pretty good. I've only practice pulled him right hand, but I think I remember feeling pretty good then. And I think my right is way stronger than it was 2 years ago, even though I lost some weight. But so I think I'll do better right-handed. I think his left hand is stronger than his right arm anyway. But I'm not sure the score. I'm just going to go for, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Hopefully you get 7 and he gets 5. That's like the whole goal. So
7-6, you mean?
No, it's 12 rounds.
Oh, so you're saying he wants a 2-point advantage? Whatever.
What? Well, he has to win 1 more.
Right. So if it was 7, it'd be 7-6.
12. There's 12 matches.
Right. But then he only has to win 6. No.
So we also help special ed people on this channel, and I just want to like.
Why do you think I'm so fucking dumb?
Oh my gosh!
I got that anchor between my legs, giving me that down pressure I need, bro.
Stop! You're so terrible.
What is wrong with you? All right, dude. Let's get to the gravy and potatoes. What do you think about the father-son match?
I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go
Why
with
is
Garrett.
everybody's reaction?
I said I think I'm gonna have to go with Garrett on that one.
Yeah.
Glenn
Do you think it's gonna be?
looks super strong, but Garrett right now is just crazy.
Yeah. Garrett's speed, his pronation, it's like everything. And I think he's gonna push Glenn into an open position, wide open position. And I don't know. I see Glenn fouling out a lot.
Yeah, I mean in the past, Glenn had success left-handed against Garrett, but I think even now, even left is
No. Yeah.
pat.
Watching him at Winter Blast was insane. He beat Black Ice, he beat Chris Michaels, he beat Levi Knight. Like, holy crap. I was like, oh my God. I was
Yeah.
just cheering him on. I'm on the floor, like amazed. He was awesome. So, and I think on airs he's like 14th and 16th. I can't remember. I think he's 14th on right and 16th on left, or maybe
Vice
the other way
versa.
around. Yeah,
Yeah.
like holy crap, dude. So
I don't know. I want Glenn to win. I have nothing against Garrett, but I always hate it when a dad has to pull a son in front of a group of people, right? Especially a 6-0, not even 6-0, but a super match where you can't get away from your kid. And it's a real passing of the torch thing. You know what I mean? The day that the son beats the dad.
Well, and I mean, it seems like every tournament they enter, they pull each other. No matter how many people are in the class, they always are like the first two people to pull each other.
they're always the first.
Yeah.
Always the first.
Like, if I could give all my energy to Glenn for this match, like give him big dumb strength, I would love to see him grab Garrett, dad move, wicked wrist bone, and just floor his
That's
son.
not how we play.
And I said this is what I would like to see. I want to see Glenn be his daddy.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like you said, Garrett's on a fucking warpath of destruction right now.
Yeah.
And
It's good. He goes all over. He trains hard. He like just
he pulls with Vermont power. I don't like that shirt, no offense, but the other one that you guys got, that's a dope ass shirt.
Oh, like the
If I could, yeah, if I could, the new ones with the American flag and it's green. If I could have got those ones for us, but in black and orange, oh, that would have been nipples.
Yeah.
Maybe we might do it.
Well, what we need to do is for whenever we go out of state, get just a Vermont shirt for everybody.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, because I was like, when the Vermont guys like go out of state, it should now like, oh yeah, just like the last time. Now it's not Vermont versus.
Well, maybe we gotta get together at the at Legacy and figure out what color we're gonna do, because
You know what I hate?
I'm gonna do like 5 or 6 tournaments a year out of Vermont. So we're
Yeah.
done 2.
Just a shout out to anyone that watches this. If you have to look at my shirt and go Borderline Arms, and you can't look at the photo of the state and where the star lands and go, oh, that's why it's called Borderline Arms. You're pretty fucking stupid. And I mean that respectfully.
They liked our jersey.
No, we get love on the jersey. You know, look at this.
I think I need a crop top.
Show your arms.
What?
Look at that. It's
They,
like
they hurt right now.
they're veinier in my dick. It's ridiculous. It's bullshit.
Dick skin.
Dick skin. Big skin forearms. I don't know if I'd like that as a compliment.
No. All right. So on to the next match. What do you think? I mean,
The
there's
middleweight.
Jake and I.
Hold on.
Well, no, you're gonna drop everything.
Well, just fucking hang your blank, dude. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Holy shit. We have 2 Vermont Shield holders on the same podcast.
That's right.
Coincidence? I think not. Greatness follows each other. Here, can I hold? Oh, it's too heavy for me.
I'm gonna.
I don't.
You
I
got
don't.
some.
I can't hold that weight.
You got a bronze one from that New York one.
That's bullshit. I can't wait to go to. Are you gonna go back to that?
To the tri-state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Later.
Maybe.
You want a redemption of that last match?
You should have beat that kid.
You got wienered pretty hard on that. Like if you had SpaghettiOs, you had SpaghettiOs with Franks in it.
Yeah, I try to ignore that because that just gets me upset.
Like
Like it's one
motivate you.
if it's one thing if I'm an idiot and I just like right-handed, I just pulled like an idiot and I lost. And then because I don't pull in tournaments enough. But then I finally decided to pull correctly, and that happened. So it's whatever.
Oh, he was hopping all over. So that was some. I like the refs. They were nice guys, and I saw them all at Winter Blast again. But yeah, there were some crazy calls.
Never use the mics.
You can hear us.
I know,
We
but-
have microphones now. We're like high class. I paid $19 for.
We're really stepping this up, dude.
We're trying.
But
Well,
we're kind of on a weird tangent.
we were gonna ask what he thought about.
Oh yeah, what do you think about the middleweight event coming up?
I think that's going to be a good match. I think it really all depends on where it goes from center. Which is
Oh, really? I think the same thing.
which is
Wait,
really hard.
isn't that kind of how it goes in all arm wrestling matches, though? Whoever gets that percentage.
Guys who can be on the defensive and come back from that, or that's where they're comfortable. I don't know. The problem is I haven't pulled Patrick a ton, and then I don't think I've ever pulled Jake. So I don't. It's really hard for me to gauge. Like when Jake gets fought, super strong, but I think his biggest weakness is if you take his hand, which I don't think Patrick will do. But I think if he can keep him out of his shoulder, 1 or 2 times, his arm's going to be done, I think. And maybe he'll go outside. I don't know. I've never pulled him, so I don't really.
Oh, if he goes outside, it's a problem. So all I've been doing is working my hand and wrist. So I definitely, my hand and wrist are leveled up, but so isn't my hook.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going in. I didn't expect to get in a deep hook war in Winter Blast, but I mean, I felt pretty good going against some big dudes. So.
Well, here, no offense to Jake, he's a one-trick pony. You know what I mean? Sets up perfectly square. As far as arm wrestling goes, he sets up really fair. He really does. He's an honest arm wrestler. But it's set up square. His elbow's not even tucked in. Like there's no shoulder commitment. There's nothing.
Yeah.
And then he locks, and it's just working man strength. A logger, any guy that doesn't know how to arm wrestle, but they work hard, does the same thing. They set up square, and they use their body, and they just pull in like this. And so all he does is loads up and pulls in. So you get that hand to flay open like the champ of Vermont just said. I think he's screwed. I think he's not going to know what to do. If Pat catches him in the first round and is smart and burns that guy, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know where his endurance is, but yeah, he's another guy. If he just trained regularly,
right?
Yeah.
I begged him 100 times to come to practice with us on Sundays. I'm like, dude, do you know how nasty you'd be if you train and you learn some shit? Which I get it. Everyone's got lives and stuff, but if you're coming to tournaments, that means you like it, right?
Right.
And he's pulling for the shield, so that means you got to be here every 3 months. You know what I mean? Now it's a commitment.
Yep.
Now here's a question between both of you. It's a little off the tracks. Being shield holders, do you feel pressure, or does it motivate you to train more? Because you know that, guess what? In 3 months, you got to pull somebody.
You sir first.
but it's a little pressure, and there is some motivation, but I don't know. I'm wondering if are the shield events still gonna happen like during the summer when we have tournaments?
No, I think they're gonna do the next one in October. I'm not 100%, but Gravel talked about
Oh, you don't want that, dude. No one wants that.
I would like to see 4 a year.
It takes it's good in the winter when there's nothing going on, but also you got to take time, a couple weeks off before to get ready. Probably don't want to pull in the tournament soon before, and then after you're gonna be sore for a week or so. But it's
Which
good
I've been super shitty about it. I pulled tournaments 2 months prior. I just been going and going. But I feel like I've also gained a lot from those tournaments too.
Especially someone, no offense to you, new as you are, you should be grabbing as many guys as you can. Learn things. You got to learn your body. I think once you get pro and you're strong, you know your shit, and then it's just about getting a little bit stronger, healing, and then pull.
Oh, I'm super nervous competing. I'm so new. I don't even know if I feel like I'm way out of my element. It's like, do I belong here? And
every time before a match, I get so nervous. But
yeah, I start shaking. I get up to the fucking table. I'm like,
yeah,
Are your nerves? Oh yeah. Are your nerves higher for this match or your last match?
Last match like 20 times.
Yeah.
So they were, but
Yeah, it gets better every time. I walked
Powerful.
up.
Dude, you gotta understand. I'm the boogeyman when it comes if I win. You wanna know why? It's not like he said, it's not the fact that he lost. If you lose to me, you'll never forget it. And then I live in your head. I'll call you every day. I'll be, hey man, how are you doing? I would too. If I would have won that show, Colin, I would have called you every day. Every day, like, hey man, how are you?
and you know what Ozzy will do if he beats me? He'll flash
Nothing.
his row
Yeah.
and he'll shake my hand.
Yeah. Good job, buddy.
You know what he'll do? He'll flash me. I mean, good match.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. That last interview we did, that's why he showed up. You said there was no one in Vermont that could beat you.
Well, see, I'm not trying to start any fights with anybody, but I didn't think he was ever going to show up again. So I was just
Right?
thinking,
Good Jake. I didn't.
there's a bunch of people that are really strong, but I just don't think about them because when's the
They'll
last
show
time?
up.
Because like before this, it's been 2 years since we've seen him. Like Big John is really strong, but he doesn't ever go to any tournaments. Eric Preston, if he started training, is really strong, but he hasn't been going to tournaments. There's a bunch of strong guys, but I didn't think anyone would show up to the Shield. But I'm glad he's pulling. If we can get him and a bunch of other big guys, it just helps the sport in general.
Yep. Yeah, we need more people. I mean, we're doing pretty good, and I think a lot of stuff's growing and getting like you and more interviews on this and guys from out of state and stuff like that. I've also got some other guys, on the hook for coming on where I met at other tournaments. So I think that's going to help produce some interest. I noticed more guys are starting to come to practices and try it out. So that's really cool.
Right. The best thing you can do in anything is being genuine. If you genuinely like it, you genuinely enjoy it.
Oh,
Other
I'm
people are
hard
attracted.
for this sport. I got a fucking giant hard on for this sport. I will push it as hard as I can.
Can I be honest? I hate arm wrestling.
Shut
I
up.
really do.
No, you don't.
Every time I want to quit. I'm like, I just want to give this sport up and I just want to get back into bodybuilding and look pretty. And then someone will beat me. And I'm like, God damn it. I gotta stay here and beat this bitch. And so I just want to finish the predictions.
Okay.
So you against Jake. I want to see complete dominance. If Patrick pulls the way I know he can, smart, and he doesn't give that hand up, oh my God, dude. Listen, this is what I was trying to tell him. Everyone keeps saying that Pat isn't the real middleweight champ of Vermont, right? He got an easy win. Nobody showed up. That's the rumors. We all know it. Guess what? I think he beat Tipper. Tipper's a wicked good puller, too.
Tipper's a great puller.
You can't shit on Tip. But who loses to Jake Randall? Maskell.
Everybody.
Brother, right? Those guys are I'd say the top dudes in 198. You got a bunch of guys, right? But Jake beats all these dudes. If Patrick sweeps this man 6-0, no one can say Patrick is not the true champ. You can't say he didn't earn it after this.
I don't know if anyone. I mean, he went through the proper matches and he got the title. So I don't know if anyone's saying he didn't earn it, but
Well, James is.
I've heard it. I won't call any people out because, to be honest, I can't. I heard some people say like, he didn't really, and I'm like, oh, you wait.
I think Jordan and Carson beat Jake, especially in a 12-round super match. Especially tournament, he's really strong, but I think especially Carson and Jordan, they both have good endurance and they know Jordan knows how to get to where he needs to be in a spot. He's really good and smart about his setup. And then Carson is Carson. So I think especially over 6 rounds each hand, he wins. And
They're smart. Yeah.
But I would love to see Patrick versus both those guys too.
That's what I want to see. I want to win this so I can go against, I feel like it's going to be Carson or Maskell.
Yeah, but you're forgetting about so many other guys in the state.
Correct. There's a lot of other guys. But
Phil has a great chance. what is Tristan? Is Tristan a super heavy or?
No.
He's like
190.
205, 215, depending.
That guy could legit be the boogeyman of this state
He's so long.
with that lever.
Yeah. When he really studies this, if he ever really studies the sport and just learns how to use his leverage, he could be really, really good.
Right. Yeah, because I think I beat him in Memorial, but I just let him think I was doing something I wasn't. And I
You
just
don't
turned it
flop
on him.
Crap.
I flopped wrist pressed it. I had nothing else. He was all over me. I'm like, I got in the strap and I'm like, yeah, this is where this is going.
Telling him not, I was like, he's gonna give away his hand, but don't take supinate into his palm and kind of like top roll him, but don't over pronate. But I mean, that was like a never, so you can't expect it.
I was, and I'm fast into that too, so it's really tough for someone newer.
You were consenting to him, but Colin's like, even if he consents to you, you should not consent to that consensual consent.
Don't.
Nothing about this should be consensual.
You never
This
want
is
to
a good point.
top wrist presser.
Mm.
Unless, I mean, you can do a certain top roll, but you can't. You basically want your pronation to be neutral. You never want to go this way because then you're just giving it all.
Right. Open some right.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, because you need to be out of their hand, or you got to make sure their strength's not applied. But when you flop, they're able to.
Well, that's what happened to all those guys in the novice class.
Right. But dude, if you could keep your hand, people would hate you. People would hate you.
We're building it.
And I think you can. I know you can. So I'm predicting it. I think realistically, two both Jake gets the first two both arms. If Patrick is smart and weathers the storm and is patient and waits, he's got it all day, the next four. And that's an obvious win. There's no debate.
Okay.
But I honestly think it could be a 6-0 sweep if you're really methodical and smart. And do the song I said you should come out to.
Once I get to the table, I'll feel his hand. I'll know if I can push him off center or start. That would be it. So,
I wouldn't go off that. I would want to have. You want more of a plan before you get there.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel somebody on the table, like I grip up with them, and they feel like an immovable wall. And then this happens like with almost everybody I pull. They feel so intimidating in the setup, and then after the go. And sometimes they pin me, but sometimes it just goes back like butter. I don't know what it is about before the go, but I feel like I have nothing. And then when the go happens, their arm or hand just gives away.
Yeah. Way faster than them.
I need to do too, but is just fully commit to getting to your position. Even if it feels like you're going to lose your hand or your shoulder position, fully commit. Because if you do like a half, feels like he's really strong, and then you do a half commit, then you're never going to get where you need to be unless you're way stronger than the guy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like most people I think are scared of the hit, so they anticipate getting hit. And most of the time, if the other guy is even remotely good, you win.
Yeah.
But so what do you think, Pat? What do you think your predictions against you and Jake?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I won't know until I step to the table and grip up. Like, I have no idea. I have never even touched his hand. We have the same size hand and like the same size lever. It's going to be really weird. I've never pulled anybody who's not longer than me. So I have no idea. This is a very strange match for me.
Yeah, and it can be different too, because now like a guy with a long lever, and if you can get your press in, is a shitty advantage for a guy with a long lever if he's stretched out.
Yeah.
A guy that's short is still connected, so he could. You're more likely to get blown through sideways with side pressure if the shoulder isn't committed right. Well, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like when you shoulder pressed me with my long arm, dude, it was like half my arm was in your body. It was like, what am I gonna do here? You got to have the hammer strength to fucking pull all the way out.
So Paul Italia talked about it during the Nanya match. Like Paul was trying to go, and every time he would go, Nanya would surge. So that's my hope. If I get into that winning side, and I feel him going better to go sideways, I'm gonna surge every time with my shoulder. And then hopefully I'm just stronger or faster than him into the surge. And it'll burn him out even more.
I think
have to get where I want to
cannot be a bitch on this table. Especially no,
Plan on it.
no. But like a lot of guys, I'll grip up, like I won't be that tense in the setup until go. Versus Jake, you know what I mean? He's gonna get the death grip. He's gonna square up and lock.
That is not at all what I was told. He doesn't grip hard at all.
Right, but this is the first super match he's ever had. He's got a lot of pressure. He's gonna have a lot of nerves. What do people do when they're pressure and nerve? Right? They forget a lot of things, but he knows he's strong.
Yeah.
Right? If you're gonna fall to your death, what are you gonna do? You're gonna grip and hang the fuck on. Right? So if he gets smoked 6-0 in front of everybody, nobody wants that. That's a real thing. That sucks.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get up there and I think he's gonna squeeze and he's gonna load and he's just gonna pray. He's gonna pray for go. If you can make him uncomfortable in the setup, you can get in his head a little bit, get him out of his zone. He's going to be so overwhelmed.
I was also debating slipping. You just get him into the strap, see what happens there.
It all depends. You do not want to be in that guy's connection, but you don't want to be in any guy's spot. You want to bring them to where you want.
That's why I want to be in the strap.
So if you want to be in the strap and you don't, but you know you're not going to be in his spot, more the merrier.
Yeah.
But if you beat him in his spot, boom, that's the dominance right there.
Well, yeah.
You beat the guy in their spot. What do you think about him and what's your predictions?
I think Collin's gonna win. I think that I know it's 2 years ago, but if he's gotten better and he's just stayed the same, all you got is again, you just have to burn him. It's the same thing. He's gonna burn him out. So I know you're probably better everywhere.
Ooh, injury life's better now than it was 2 years ago.
I don't even have any way of knowing.
Yeah. I mean, I think that you're gonna have all control. I think that you'll be able to manipulate him and he won't even know what the hell's going on. So I just don't think he has the table IQ. But
I got $20 on your ass, by the way. Against Joe's got money, 6-0 sweep against you. And I was like, again, the only reason I'm saying that I don't think Ozzy's gonna win, unless, dude, I would nut my pants if all 6 rounds he grabbed you and just floored you.
there's no way.
I'm not being a dick to you, but that would just be so impressive to see.
Mhm.
I did, wow, like now I'm really, really excited to pull this guy. But I know he hasn't been training for the last 2 years, every week, going to practice, learning stuff. I hope he's been training or practicing at home or something for this match. But I just don't see how 3 months is not enough time to become way better, especially with not a good team built around you. I'm not saying he doesn't have a good team, but you know what I'm saying. Well, he's got his brothers and his cousins. They used to have the T-shirts that said the Dolan Boys or something like that, right? Do you remember that? Yeah, they had orange shirts that said the Dolan Boys. Oh, yeah. And it was their brothers and
I
cousins.
thought he pulled with basketball every once in a while in Jake.
Yeah, he would go to their practices.
But he was there one time when we were there. That's where I pulled him in practice, was at when we were pulling with Jake and Richard Gravel.
Yep.
But I think he only went there because we were 2 weeks out from Lamoille tournament that he was going to go to. I don't know if he goes there very often, except right before his matches.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a lot of guys that deer hunt. They're like, guns in the safe. They go to the range a week before deer season, shoot a target. It'll kill. And then he's like, well, it'll do all right. That's what I think he does. He's like, still got it. He gets a little funky. He's like, shit, I probably won't go out this year.
All right, I want to go off on a tangent a little bit. So we have seen Travis Bajent having that Chicago, Illinois match. Who is Bill pulling, or do we know yet?
I don't
Is
think
he
Bill,
allowed to say?
I don't think he knows yet. I think they're going to find somebody. I don't know. It's going to be right-handed. I think, I don't know what the weight is, 200, 210.
Yeah.
What's the date for it?
I think the 4th of next month.
of May.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too soon. But imagine if it was Bill Sinks versus Sean Weber. Imagine how crazy that super match would be. That would sell tickets.
Well, everybody, they all keep pushing for it. So, oh, we want to see it.
I want to see that
wanna
match.
see that
I
match
want to
so
see, but on all honesty, I want to see Bill do good against this super match
Yeah.
because he's representing Vermont, right?
Absolutely.
That beautiful man. But yeah,
That's a strong jaw.
that's a solid jawline right there. You could sharpen a knife with that jawline. Ah, yeah, super pumped to see that. God, oh, now we got the tournament coming up after the super matches. Who wins the 0 to 170?
Um,
Or do you guys have anybody coming down?
Adam King is win the 0 to 170 class with ease.
I don't care.
That's just that. You know how I put that together?
Glenn and Garrett aren't in that class, so it's over. At least I'm only counting Vermonters though.
Okay. Has your dad and Bird pulled yet?
No.
Oh, see the jaw? His chin went, oh.
Yeah, Bird.
Here's another one too, dude. Sean Tipper, Phil Austin, if those guys would cut a little bit of water, they could make 170 easy.
Yeah.
And I think that's when this lightweight shield becomes way more interesting, is when these guys that are pulling in the middleweight that want to do it a little bit of a diet or water cut,
Yeah.
boom. Now you got some real heavy hitters in that lightweight class.
I think someone will have to come down because I don't see anyone in that weight class beating Garrett that I know of now, unless I'm forgetting somebody, but he's just getting stronger and stronger, I think.
Yeah.
And the amount of
Yeah.
the amount of pulling, he's just getting better. So I think it's just a matter of time until he's kind of.
And he was telling me how fast he heals. I was like, that's not fair. He's like, oh yeah, we'll pull like super hard and I'm ready to go within a couple days. I was like,
But you know what I noticed with Garrett in particular with practice pulling on the videos and even in tournaments? He's always pulling perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's never like sacrificing a wrist to kind of get the win or get a better advantage. He'll stay in a perfect spot. And even when he gets pinned, normally it's the connection is still there. He just gets beat. He gives it. And I think when you pull like that, it's just like lifting smart. I can curl a 75 10 times, but I ain't gonna look good. But I can grab a 30 and nice and clean. And I think that shows the difference. When you get into practice pulling and you start giving weird angles, that's when you hurt yourself.
yeah.
You watch every time, solid. Bang. Or he wins, solid. So that's my opinion of why Garrett doesn't get injured as much that I know of. And when he does get injured, it's when he gets in the weird spots. I think that's how Bird hurt his wrist last time.
Yeah.
And I think that's my biggest flaw in my training is exactly doing the opposite of that. Is always practicing way out open. Because I mean, when most of the people in practice are weaker than me, and so I was in the mindset of thinking if I pull way out open and I give them a lot, then I can get a really good workout in against anybody. But then what I've noticed is I'm not building any strength in the center or anywhere close to a good arm wrestling position. And then, so there's that. And just mentally, when I go in a match, I'm just instinctually going out like this, which
look where that got you.
Whatever it is, but no, you shouldn't pull like that unless you're Devin Laird.
Unless that's what you want to do, unless that's your goal to train. You should train how you pull.
If I be as strong as I am out there in the center, then I should train to do that. Because when you're out here, you're stuck out here. There's not, unless you do a crazy quick transition to a press, or the other guy gets burnt out and he doesn't have any press at all, then you're just stuck out there. But the closer to center you are, you can go every direction. You can go outside, inside, press. You can transition to anything. So you just have a way wider variety of moves that you can go to.
Yep. So Adam King wins
170.
170. Who wins the middleweight tournament?
I mean, I got to go with Steel Cable.
Steel Cable Carson.
It depends. I don't think a lot of people are going to show up from out of state this time because we do have the tri-state happening that day. And I believe Daytona's happening that day as well.
Yeah, or there's tournaments right around the corner. Like you got Sean that's going. Yeah,
Sean's going to Daytona.
that's a week later. You know what I mean?
Steve Hernandez, DJ, and Ivan are all doing the tri-state that
Yeah.
same day. So a lot of our Massachusetts boys are all going there.
But again,
New York
I love it when out of state guys come because then it kind of lets you know where people are at. But it's supposed to be for the Vermont thing. So this kind of puts everyone's foot in their mouth when they go, oh, the only reason why I didn't place is because I got beat by some out of state guy.
Yeah.
So every now and then I like this because then it gives the reset. It's like, okay, no more excuses, right? Either you win or you don't. You got beat by Vermont dudes.
Right.
So do you think Twisted Steel, Sex Appeal is going to win both arms?
I think so. I mean,
It's
going to be him in Jordan. If it's for Vermont, or it's going to be one of those two either way. But I got to
That's
go
what I
with
think.
until
I got to say one thing.
and then it's over for everybody.
If for God reasons you get a terrible cold and you lose this tournament, I'm coming in the middleweight and I'm going to smash everybody. Everybody, dude.
But he's 210.
Oh,
You
dude,
got that.
I am going to smash the middleweight. And then I'm going to pull supers.
I don't know. I would not enter
I
that.
used a double tournament. Huh?
I would not enter that middleweight if I was you.
Why, who do I got to worry about middleweight?
You know who you got to worry about.
No, be honest. Who do I got to worry about?
Steel Cable.
So
Your
I know
I
you should never compare. You should never compare matches.
tripped up with him.
Have you ever compared matches?
Compared matches.
Yeah,
Styles
you ever
make,
this like
styles make
styles
matches.
make matches. So I just pulled a king a couple months ago. And what was the score?
Styles make matches. What was the score when you pulled Carson?
What was the score?
6-0.
Very much.
Oh, you're right. Both, yeah, combined together. Yeah, you're right. 6-0.
Now I know you
You're
pulled
gonna have.
or blah blah blah, but you'll see.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now. This is what's gonna happen.
It's his
Who
style.
wins?
It's Carson's style that gives you trouble.
Used to.
Carson, no, Carson will. I could be way stronger than Carson, and I think he'd do better against you than I could do against you.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest, dude. I'm gonna set this match up with your brother pretty soon. What I want to do is, so run this back. Carson wins the middleweight tournament. Then you got the heavyweight. Who wins the heavyweight tournament?
Who's in it?
He's in it.
Who shows up? I think you just win it.
Anyone in Vermont? Anyone in Vermont?
It'll be him, Steve,
Anyone?
maybe Isaiah.
If we're going off who normally shows up, I think you win it. But I don't.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's say Big John shows up. Eric Preston shows up. I want all the real heavy hitters that we think of Vermont. You know who should show up? Josh Randall. Have you ever met Josh Randall?
I don't think so.
You would fucking hate him. The first couple rounds, you would absolutely hate Josh Randall. Unless you could figure out how to get through his hook, right? If you could break his hand and get through it, you're all right. And a super match, the best of 6 is where I'd be comfortable pulling him. But if you pull that guy in a tournament, you did what the fuck?
Yeah.
And that's where I love super matches because these guys, they give out because they don't train.
This one's crazy.
So who do you predict wins the heavyweight tournament?
I really actually don't know how you do against John.
Never pulled him.
Yeah, he's another guy that doesn't pull very often, so it's hard to. Left, I don't know. See, lefty's really strong. I don't even know how that would go. But I think with who's going to actually show up, I think you win.
I think so too.
But then what is it going to be? Is it going to be me and you every other time pulling?
Yep. Not really.
Yep. Be Ozzy.
Well, Jake Thompson is getting better.
Hold on. Let the champ talk.
I mean, Jake, I think is the closest. I like Jake a lot, but I think I'm pretty far above him right now. And I think I think just with your height and his style of outside an open top roll, I think, well, we saw how that went with me and you. I don't know. I think unless now I'm excluding some of the super strong guys that don't pull very often, but out of there's like 5 guys that do the super heavyweight or the heavyweight shield. So I don't know. But I'm going to stay in the heavyweight, or if I'm going to go down to because at some point I think the competition is harder in the 210 class, like by a lot.
I don't think of Vermont.
Vermont.
I think out of state.
Okay, let's take you out of the equation and me. Carson, I think Carson and Jordan beat everyone in the super heavyweight class that goes regularly.
I disagree. There's two guys that I would say in the heavyweight. Tell you what, Steve Durak, if he fucking actually does what he's supposed to do, I'll tell you what, I'd like to see that match against you two. If I could get into his brain and tell him what to do and he'd listen, it'd be really interesting. And Ryan Austin, the kid that's on our team, is becoming a nightmare for me. A nightmare. He's just strong. Now he just needs a little bit more technique. That match is going to be coming your way sooner than later. When you're saying, who do you got to worry about? That's a guy. But I'll tell you right now, when I win this tournament, you better hope you win. I'm going to smash you, dude. I mean it. Last time, I didn't know. This time, I'm only getting better. I'm training. I'm doing the things I should be doing. I'm seeing the results at practice. And like I just said, if they're going to let me have a long run to train, I won't go to any tournaments. I'll live in the basement and train really hard.
Well, I wouldn't do that.
And I'm going to sit there and be like, oh, dude, this is going to the post office. Stamp. Send it out. Thank you.
Any rebuttal? All right, I gotta eat soon, so let's wrap it up. You got anything to say to finalize it, Colin?
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it goes my way on the 27th, and then but we'll see. I'm excited.
I gotta say, I hope you win as well. I'm like, because I kind of want to see I want to see both of us win. I want to see the technique beat the brawn. So.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I said about you and Sean Tipper. I was like, I want you to win over Sean because you've been training hard.
But Sean's
good, but Sean wasn't putting the dedication. And again, he's busy. And I understand that, but everyone's got a life, everyone gets busy. But the people that put the work in, I think they always deserve it. The people that put the work in compared to the other people deserve it.
I hate hearing that someone's busy because all of us work. But the 3 of us also practice.
Right. Every night, dude. Every night. Look me in the eyes. I'm training every night. Every night. Rise. Pronate. Rise. Get tired. 6 more rounds of this one. Every night. Thinking about you. I mean, every night I'm training. But I don't know, dude. I'm super pumped. When is this tournament? What is the time? What is the date? You guys know?
April 27th. I think you can come in and start to help the setup at 10:30. I believe everything starts at 1. But you should be there at noon.
Yeah. It usually starts at 1.
It does start at 1. I think doors open at 10:30 to get everything prepped, and you can start weighing in and everything. And then I think noon they start cooking food, right? They open the kitchen, and then
I hope they're not cooking meth.
No, I don't think
That'd
so.
be interesting.
No, it would not. All right, Colin, thank you for coming on today.
Tonight. We appreciate you, bro, and you should go give your brother a hug. Because, oh, dude, me and him are having a super match. Woo! Looking pretty decent. I can't wait. I'm super.
Before I did that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because this shirt was tight.
Yeah.
Was tight. He's like, look at this shirt.
I have to switch out into the largest pretty soon.
Will you wear a muscle shirt at this next tournament?
I'll have to turn this into one.
Oh, dude, if you made that like a spaghetti strap, I'll bring a Sharpie, do some tribal tattoos, give you some cred.
All right, it was that, yeah. All right, two guys, one cup.
Thank you, Collin
Thanks
King.
again, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Vermont heavyweight shield holder.
I'm just gonna stop the recording real
All right.
quick. Ooh.
Jesus Christ.